To find out who was the richest man in Japan, two top businessmen made a bet. Both converted their entire wealth into gold bars and had them placed on a massive balance scale. The rule was simple. The winner would take all of the opponent's fortune, while the loser would lose everything. As soon as the agreement was signed, property dealer David showed his strength and immediately stacked gold bars worth 500 billion on the scale. His rival Peter only had 400 billion. The difference of 100 billion was clear, and the game began. Peter's friends brought in cash, converted it into gold, and added it to his pile. David, on the other hand, only had two people come to help, and their contribution added just 2 small bars. When the camera turned back to Peter's side, he already had a massive pile of big gold bars. At that moment, David's ally, Lin Zhen, betrayed him and switched sides to Peter. In reality, Peter had already discovered Lin Zhen's secrets and blackmailed him into joining. Seeing this, David was shattered, but the game continued. When the weight was checked, David, who had started with 100 billion advantage, barely managed to stay ahead. Now came the second phase, where family members could help. First, Peter's wife arrived. She was the daughter of a wealthy builder and brought 110 billion with her. David's brother showed up too, with papers for land worth 50 billion. But upon inspection, it was found the value had dropped drastically because the site was about to be turned into a garbage dump, a project masterminded by Peter's father-in-law. David was now falling behind. His only last hope was his estranged wife, whom he had abandoned years earlier. Rumor had it she owned a valuable painting, but instead of her, David's son came, who was also his secretary. The son had always resented his father for abandoning him and his mother. He presented the painting, but upon examination, it turned out to be worthless. Only the frame had a little value. In truth, David had given that painting to his wife during her pregnancy. He had lied to everyone, claiming it was by a famous artist, just to bring his wife and son back into the picture. Hearing this, the son softened and gave half of a gold bar to David. The weight was measured again. Peter had reached 600 billion, while David stood at 501 billion. Then came the final stage, where even the audience could help whoever they wanted. Most sided with Peter. David seemed to have no one left, but then his friend Kai stepped forward and declared he would bet on David's behalf. He put up 10 billion and played a deadly game, choosing one rope out of 10 to jump from. If it was the right one, the money would multiply tenfold. If it was wrong, it meant death. Kai chose the right rope and turned 10 billion into 100 billion. In fact, he had prepared for this in advance. The weight was measured again. Peter was ahead and already celebrating his victory, but Kai's had secretly tampered with the clock, so there was still time left in the game. Suddenly, drones operated by his team began dropping gold bars onto David's side. The crowd too switched sides and started supporting David. In the final weighing, the balance trembled. At first, it looked like Peter had won, but then a single gold nugget rolled onto David's side and the game flipped. By the narrowest of margins, Kai's and David won. The crowd erupted in joy. Everyone got a share of the winnings, but when Kai's opened the biggest treasure chest, it was filled only with water bottles. He realized they had been tricked again. Smiling, he said, "Well, since we've already ordered the food, at least let's drink up and fill our stomachs."